hi there. We are finally ready for the boss. So, one room stands in our path. Before we do take on the boss, I do want to point out something that should have been pointed out. Well, couldn't point it out now. Doesn't really matter. If you have any empty bottles, now would be a time to use them because there is a fairy up here, and there's actually 2 fairies up here. And let me tell you, I need these fairies because I'm not going to lie. I can tell you how to beat the boss, but I just am awful at Volvagia. So, I really need these fairies because this is going to be ugly. I'm not even kidding. Link's going to wish he never stepped foot into the fire temple. Because I cannot fight Volvagia for the life of me.
To be fair, it is a legendary dragon that's like eats Gorons.
Yeah. Alright, it is boss time. Okay, it is boss time. Make sure you have your Megaton hammer on hand. And there it is. Volvagia. Legendary lava dragon. Not going to lie, least favorite boss. I'm horrible at it. Admittedly, I just cannot fight this boss for the life of me. It's really not that bad of a boss. I can actually, well, no, it's, I don't like it as a boss, but I can tell you how to beat it really easily. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of attacks. It goes and flies around. It pops its head out and breathes fire. And it flies up to the ceiling and shoots rocks down from the ceiling. That's pretty much its 3 attacks. So Megaton hammer its head when it pops its head out. And shoot arrows when it's flying around and you have a chance to hit it. Arrows are actually probably the best method for hitting it. And I don't know. I find arrows to be more effective than like even the hammer. But that's just because I am so not quick enough when it comes to hitting him with the hammer. Okay, this is the rock attack. It's definitely not one of my favorites. And this is just a cool tactic that I like to use. You can basically just hang over the edge and sit here until he's done with his rocks. Whatever hole he goes into is where the rest of the rocks will fly, so whenever it's safe, you can pop your head back over the edge, and that's that. I'm actually doing way better than I thought. The longer the battle goes on, he'll start popping his head out in multiple places in attempts to confuse you. Holy heck! That was like the best I've ever done against Volvagia. I'm so proud of myself right now. I'm like internally happy. I've never ever done Volvagia taking just 1 hit. Like normally when I practiced earlier, I had to use 2 fairies on it. That's how bad I did. I just cannot fight Volvagia, but I mean, I guess arrows are the way to go, at least for me. I find arrows to be far more effective than the hammer, but I mean, you kind of need a mix of both. Grab your heart container, and we can teleport out of here. I just love this scene. That guy's like, what is that? It's a shooting star. Oh wait, that's just about what? What? What on earth is going on up there? Alrighty, back to the Chamber of Sages. I bet you never would have saw this one coming. Guess who the sage is? Good old Darunia. Bet you never would have guessed it. Thank you, brother. I'm gonna be so creepy until the end of time. I'm glad to think you think I'm such a man. He's the Sage of Fire. And he's going to give you the Fire Medallion. Have some dramatic music for good measure. And that is that. Don't forget, now you and I are true brothers.